Good afternoon, kids, girls, guys, whoever you are. No, it's not made for kids, so no kids. Right, I'm just getting online. I want to pop in a few things. I'll just move this camera a little bit closer. There we go. I'm filming on my laptop today. Not my laptop, sorry, my tablet, because I've got some questions that have been asked in the comments on YouTube, and I need my phone to be able to look at them so I can perhaps try and answer as best I can. I sent a quick message back to it. It was Steve Peel. Steve Peel, yes, you're thinking of coming to Thailand. Oh, do it, mate. Absolutely. Flipping do it. 100% with what your collateral is, what you've told me, and everything else. I will say yes. You can absolutely make a living. You asked about small income. Yeah, you've got a small income coming in as well, which is flipping. I'm not being funny, but in Thailand, that's not a small income. It's not a small income. Right, okay. I'm not going to give out figures or anything like that. That'll be a bit intrusive. So, flipping out, you've done some travelling on your bike, haven't you? From the UK to flipping Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, flipping heck. Well, you're a damn sight fitter than I am, that's all I can say. You're in your early 60s, same as me, early 60s. I'm going for a rural life. That's what suits me and that's what I want. I like a bit of the coast and what have you. You're on about going to Hoi Hin. Okay, that's going to cost you more. That's definitely going to cost you more. Hoi Hin, Pattaya, Phuket. Yeah, that's all going to cost you more. Rural Thailand, hell of a lot cheaper. But if you want your coastline and everything else, then what can I say? You look at that. There's plenty of YouTube channels out there that can probably give you more advice as to rental costs, buying costs, how you do it, than I can do in like Hoi Hin, because it's not something I've really looked into. It really isn't something I've looked into. UK state pension you asked about. Well, UK state pension, yeah, you'll get that. You'll get that in Thailand. But it won't increase every year, as it the triple flipping lock thing puts the pensions up, which is still in place at the moment until the Labour government cancels it, which I'm sure they probably will end up doing. It won't go up each year, but you will get your state pension. So when you come to retirement age, a bit like me, 67, you'll get your state pension. So, yeah, that's not going to be a problem. God. He rode a bicycle solo from Cheshire to southern Thailand, and upon arriving in Bangkok, cycled over to Vietnam, down to the Mekong and along the Thai side, across Cambodia and Vietnam. Flipping heck, this guy's some kind of flipping superhero. Especially, well, how old were you when you did that? Huh? If it was only a couple of years ago, flipping heck, mate. Well done for that. You're as fit as a fiddle, certainly fitter than I am. But anyway, this is a little bit of a video for you. I can't give you massive amounts of information about what you want to do in Thailand. The state pension, I can tell you about. That's, well, at the moment, that's fact. It might change, God knows, with this Labour government. But your assets and your income, I would say you'll be absolutely fine. You'll be absolutely fine. Depending on what kind of lifestyle you want. If you want to be going out to posh restaurants all the time and living it up and that kind of thing, God, who knows how much you could spend. It's completely up to you. It's difficult to say. But if you just want quite a simple, ordinary life, then yeah, you can do that easily. You can do that easily. Have you ever been to Thailand? That's not, well, obviously you've ridden through it and everything else, but have you actually sort of like on a daily kind of basis been in Thailand and lived the Thai life? And when you've been busy, you've been cycling, you've been doing this, you've been doing that. Maybe just come for a 3-week holiday with your wife to one of the quieter parts, get something cheap, doesn't have to be expensive, and see whether you think it's absolutely up for you. That's what I would suggest. That's what I would suggest. I've been to Thailand quite a few times now. Phetchabun is my place of choice. I absolutely love it. I'm near the mountains, all the national parks. That's me. That's me. I'm from Derbyshire. I love the countryside. So this is what I would say to you. Take a long break. God, at least 2-3 weeks. In Hoi Hin. Find somewhere that's not massively touristy, somewhere on the outskirts, somewhere where you think you could probably live, and see what you think afterwards. You know, what's the travelling like? How can you get here? How can you get there? How can you do this? Everything else. Obviously, you'll need your international driving licence. You wouldn't have needed that for your bicycle, I wouldn't have thought. But no, all those things considered, I'm sure you know what you've got to do in all of that. So what I'm going to do is I've posted this video because it was too, God, it had been too long drawn out to say it all in text, basically. So I've gone through everything. I've been busy for a few days. I do apologise. I've been selling stuff from the house because the house is sold, getting rid of crap. So it's took me a while. I sent you a short message, I think, but there is some great YouTube channels out there about rental in Hoi Hin, costs and everything else. Have a look online, see how they are. I think I recommended a couple to you. Whether they'll give you any advice or not, I don't know. But there are a couple of channels. If you can trawl through the videos, you'll find out costs and things like that. If you want to build somewhere, own somewhere, it's gonna cost you a hell of a lot more in Hoi Hin, Pattaya, Phetchabun, not Phetchabun, sorry, Phuket, than it is in the northern states. Unless you go to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is not the cheapest either because that's very popular. If you come down into some of the other areas, it's cheaper. It really is cheaper. Isan, God, Isan's becoming very popular with foreigners now, but the more popular it gets, the higher the prices are going to start creeping up. So it's something you're really thinking seriously of doing. It's something I'd do rather sooner than later, to be honest. I'm trying to do that, but you know, my ties, my wife's Thai, so I've not got a lot of the restrictions that you will have. I'm not going to go into that on this video. It's really quite involved. There'll be a lot of things to do with visas. It's all going to be about retirement visas. I'm going to be going for a spousal visa, a wedding visa. So, yeah, it's a bit different for me. There's certain criteria you have to give, and you have to produce evidence, and you have to have money in a Thai bank account that you're prepared to leave there, or at least it's got to be there every year when you renew your visas. You can find out all that information online. You can. It takes a bit of trawling through. I've done it. I've been there. Didn't know what we were going to do initially, but that's how we've sorted it. Right, I think looking through your message, I've pretty much covered everything you asked. Just double check. Yeah, no, I think if I haven't covered everything you've asked, then please message me back. If I can give you any more information, I will give you more information. But you would probably be better looking at getting in touch with some of the YouTubers that are in Hoi Hin to ask about whether it's rental, whether it's buying. I don't know what it is you're thinking of doing. I really don't know what it is you're thinking of doing. Looking at the figures you've gave me, yes, I would say you could probably afford to buy somewhere and live quite comfortably on your monthly amount, depending on how your lifestyle is and what you want to do. Thailand isn't expensive as long you keep out of the tourist areas, you keep out of the expensive restaurants, go and eat local food at local places. It costs you next to nothing. It's cheap as chips. Okay, so that's that over and done with. So, yes, Steve Peel, that's for you. I've given you as much information as I can possibly give you. Just the last thing to the video before I shut it off. Right, sold a load more stuff over the weekend. Flipping brilliant, fantastic news. Got rid of the flipping great big massive tent, and some of the camping stuff. I've got other stuff to sell. God, it's an ongoing thing. A lot of the furniture and that's gone now. I've got no sofa in here now. I'm sat at the dining table. Moved the dining table out of the conservatory into the front room because it's too cold to eat in the conservatory anyway. I think today's temperature has actually got up to about 0 or 1 degrees. The whiteness has disappeared off the hedges and the lawns. So yeah, we're definitely above 1 degree. So that's a bonus. It's going to be warming up slightly. It's been flipping awful for like 4 or 5 days, -5, -6. Been some mornings I've had trouble starting my car, to be honest with you. And I got a diesel, which doesn't flipping normally have that much of a problem with cold. But anyway, all that being said, what is it today? I checked the forecast earlier. Pechabun, 25 degrees. They'll consider that cold. They'll all have coats on. They'll be wrapped up like, oh, God. Flipping perfect for me. Absolutely perfect. But it's cold at the moment, but it will be heading quite shortly to the hot part of the year and the dry part of the year. Been on the phone constantly to Pim, video calls. Try and keep in touch as much as we can. Obviously, we're both missing each other massively. That's not something we can get around, and it might not be something that we can solve like within a few months. There's certain things we want to do, and my share of what I get out of the house probably isn't going to be enough to do everything we want to do. So that's why I'm planning on going into this cheaper accommodation and then chucking a load of money away. And the naysayers will go, oh, no, you shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I had a conversation with Foreigner Joe from Thai Gift and Foreigner Joe. He put up a video. I was like, he says people are saying, oh, she'll take all your money, because they're getting married. They're getting married quite shortly, I think. Oh, she'll take all your money. No, she won't take all his money. You know, he's an American guy. He's got a decent army pension. She won't. She loves him. You can tell she loves him. You know, if you watch the videos, you can tell they love each other. And you get all these naysayers and everything else telling you all this crap. Oh, God, yeah, she'll rip you off. She'll take this off you. She'll take that off you. It's not like that. It really isn't like that. If you believe it's like that, if you want to believe all that shit, that's up to you. If that kind of thing stops you coming from England to Thailand, or the States to Thailand, or Germany to Thailand, wherever you're from, if those stories are putting you off from coming, it's bullshit. Get online, watch enough YouTube, see how many people are absolutely devoted to each other and in love with each other and just live in Thailand happily. Yeah? That's all I'm going to say. Don't listen to the naysayers and the flipping bullshit that some of them come out with. Yes, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It does happen. You've got to pick correctly. Where do you want to live? Who do you want to live with? What are you planning on doing? You know, so, you know, use your head. That's all I'll say. Right, that's it. I've done for now. I'm going to go. So most of this video was devoted to Steve. I hope I've answered some of your questions. What I haven't answered, I would say go back online and just do a bit of a quick search. You'll get your information quite quickly. So yeah, that's it. Okay. So, as normal, love you guys. I'm going, and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay? Bye-bye.